Hey everyone, and welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. It's time for another deep dive into the world of Kobe and Ola and those incredible eats they're serving up.
Yeah, their food truck and catering service is something special.
Maryland's lucky
Yeah.
to have them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And today we're shifting focus a bit
Mm.
from the food itself to the vehicle that makes it all happen.
The food truck.
Exactly. Soggy Buns' truck is a real head turner. So for this deep dive, we're going to take a closer look at the company behind it. U.S. Food Truck Factory.
Okay, sounds good. U.S. Food Truck Factory. I did a little digging on their website, usfoodtruckfactory.com. And looks like they work with all kinds of vehicles, step vans, school buses, even those boxy delivery trucks.
I've seen them, yeah. They turn them
Yeah.
all into mobile kitchens. It's amazing. Like, how do you even start with something like an old delivery truck and end up with a stylish, fully functional food truck? What are the biggest hurdles in a conversion like that?
Well, each vehicle is different, right? Different size, different layout. So you got to factor that in. Then there's the whole engineering side, making sure it's structurally sound, good ventilation. And you need a workflow that actually works in a tiny kitchen on wheels. Oh, and of course, meeting all the health and safety codes.
Right. And I bet every food truck owner has their own ideas, their own must-haves.
Yeah.
How does U.S. Food Truck Factory handle that custom design aspect?
From what I gathered from their site, they've got a whole team for that. Skilled fabricators, electricians, technicians, the works. So if someone wants something unique, they can probably make it happen.
Speaking of unique, Soggy Buns' truck has this awesome serving window that folds out, creates a little patio area. Super smart use of space. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. U.S. Food Truck Factory really collaborates with their clients to get a truck that reflects the brand, the personality. And for Toby and Ola, their truck is like an extension of their business, their passion.
Definitely. And speaking of passion, if you guys are as crazy about Soggy Buns as we are, make sure to check out their website, soggybunz.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z. You'll find their schedule, the menu, drool over the pictures, the whole 9 yards. But okay, back to the truck itself. What really impressed me on the U.S. Food Truck Factory site is how much they emphasize building professional-grade kitchens. What does that actually mean in this context?
It's a big difference between, say, your kitchen at home and a pro restaurant kitchen, right? A commercial kitchen. It's all about efficiency, durability, meeting really strict standards. And that's what U.S. Food Truck Factory brings to their builds.
So they're using top-notch equipment, durable materials, really thinking about how everything flows in a tight space.
Yeah, exactly. On their website, they talk about using heavy-duty machinery for precise cuts and welds. Everything's clean, flawless, professional. They even mention getting a perfect fit for every component, which makes sense when you're driving around and things are bumping all over the place.
Can't have the oven sliding around every time you hit a pothole. So we've talked customization, pro-grade kitchens. What about the actual build process? What's that like?
Picture a busy workshop. Sparks flying, metal clanging. It's organized chaos, a bunch of skilled pros working in sync.
Okay, I'm getting a montage scene in my head, some upbeat music playing.
Right, and everyone's got their role, fabricators shaping metal, electricians wiring things up, plumbers installing sinks and all that, technicians making sure everything works. It's a symphony of skill.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's like they're not just building a food truck, they're crafting a dream.
Exactly. And that care, that attention to detail, that sets them apart.
It does. For food truck owners like Toby and Ola, this truck is an investment. It represents their hard work, their dedication. They need it to last.
Absolutely. It needs to be a space where they can thrive, do what they love, make incredible food, and serve their community.
Speaking of community, I'm curious about U.S. Food Truck Factory's commitment to helping new businesses get started. They offer financing options, right? Which I imagine can be huge for someone just starting out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Getting a loan from a bank for a food truck, not always easy. They might not see the potential, but U.S. Food Truck Factory seems to get it. They understand the industry.
So by offering financing, they're making it easier to get started. But they're also showing they believe in their client's success.
It's like they're saying, hey, we're in this together, we believe in your vision, and we're here to help.
Okay, got to pause here for a second. Remind everyone about Soggy Buns. If you're getting hungry, head over to soggybunz.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z. Find out where they'll be serving next and check out the menu. You won't regret it.
Already got that site bookmarked myself.
Of course you do. Back to financing, though. What kind of impact can that have on a business like Soggy Buns? It must take a lot of pressure off, lets them focus on the food.
Imagine trying to perfect recipes, build your brand, A&E scramble for loans from different places.
Sounds stressful.
Exactly. But with U.S. Food Truck Factory's financing, everything's streamlined. One place for the truck, the build, the whole package.
Makes sense. So they can hit the ground running
Yeah.
or driving, I guess.
Driving for sure. And when your business is mobile, time is money. The faster you can get out there and start serving, the better.
Right. So this financing can be a real game changer. It lowers the barrier to entry and lets people focus on what they're passionate about.
Exactly. And there's something really empowering about having a business on wheels. You're not tied down to one spot. You can go where the people are, bring your food to different neighborhoods, events, festivals.
Bring the party to the people.
Exactly. And that flexibility lets food truck owners be more creative, more responsive to what their customers want, and ultimately more successful.
All right, you convinced me. Who wants to invest in my gourmet grilled cheese food truck idea?
Now you're talking. But hold on. Before we get too carried away with our own food truck dreams, let's dig a little deeper into those financing options.
Yeah.
What stood out to you?
Besides having everything in one place, they offer competitive rates and a quick, easy process.
That's huge. Competitive rates mean you're not drowning in interest, and a streamlined process means less paperwork, faster approval.
Big help when you're already juggling a million things as a new business owner.
All about minimizing stress, maximizing efficiency.
Exactly. And they seem committed to making it all smooth and transparent. They even have a dedicated financing team to answer questions and guide you through it.
That's impressive. Really shows they care about their client success. It's not just building food trucks, it's building relationships, building a community.
You know, that reminds me of something Toby and Ola said in an interview. They talked about how supportive the food truck community is. Everyone's willing to help each other out, share advice.
Oh, it's great to hear.
It is. When you're all out there hustling, chasing your dreams, you form a bond with the people who get it, you know?
I get it. Okay, I think it's time to shift gears a bit and talk about what makes Soggy Bunz so special. We've covered the truck, but what about the food itself? Let's get to the good stuff. From what I've seen online, Toby and Ola really emphasize using top-notch ingredients like fresh, local produce, and high-quality meats.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Soggy Bunz. You can taste the difference when ingredients are that good.
It's night and day, right? Like a tomato from the grocery store versus one you picked yourself. The flavor's just so much more intense.
Speaking of intense, have you seen the pictures of their sandwiches on Instagram?
Don't get me started. Those towering creations with all the toppings. Pure food porn.
Seriously.
Ah,
Every time I see their feed, I'm instantly craving a Soggy Bunz sandwich. They just look so good.
it's not just the looks, though. It's how they combine flavors and textures. They make sandwiches that are both comforting and exciting at the same time.
You're right. It's like they've taken the classic sandwich and turned it into an art form.
And that creativity, that attention to detail, it goes beyond just the food, too. Remember that cool serving window that folds out? That's not just functional, it adds to the whole experience, makes it more inviting, more memorable.
Good point. It's about the whole package. The food, the truck, the vibe they create. They've built a brand that's both approachable and aspirational.
It's like they've created their own little Soggy Bunz world, where everything's a bit brighter, a bit more fun, and definitely a lot more delicious.
Okay, now I'm really craving a Soggy Bunz sandwich. Listeners, if you're feeling the same way, head over to soggybunz.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z. You'll find their schedule, their menu, all the info you need to track them down. But okay, back to U.S. Food Truck Factory for a minute. We've talked about their craftsmanship, their financing, their commitment to their clients. But I'm wondering about the bigger picture. What impact do companies like them have on the food truck industry as a whole?
That's a good question. I think they play a huge role in helping the food truck scene grow and evolve. They provide these high-quality custom trucks, they make financing more accessible, they're empowering a whole new wave of food entrepreneurs.
So they're lowering the barrier to entry, making it easier for people with passion and talent to get started.
Exactly. And that means more competition, which is actually good for everyone. It leads to more diversity, more creativity, and a higher standard overall.
So it's a win-win. Food truck owners get the support they need to succeed, and we, the hungry public, get to enjoy all these amazing food options.
Exactly. And it's not just about the food either. It's about the experience, the connection, the sense of community that food trucks create.
Yeah, I love that. It's like a mobile block party, bringing people together through their love of good food.
Exactly. And that's worth celebrating.
Absolutely. Food is more than just fuel. It connects us, inspires us, creates memories.
Well said. And speaking of memories, I have a feeling anyone who tries a Soggy Bunz sandwich won't forget it anytime soon.
I know I won't. There's something special about what Toby and Ola do. It goes beyond just good food. It's their passion, their dedication, their commitment to quality. You can taste it in every bite.
You can tell they pour their heart and soul into it, and that makes all the difference.
It really does. Okay, think it's time to wrap up this delicious deep dive. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
If you're ever in Maryland and you see the Soggy Bunz truck, do yourself a favor, stop and order something. You won't regret it.
Best advice ever. And if you're feeling inspired by Toby and Ola's story, remember that U.S. Food Truck Factory is out there, ready to help turn those culinary dreams into reality.
Doesn't matter if you're a seasoned chef or just starting out. They've got the experience, the resources, the passion to help you build a food truck that's as unique as you are.
So true. Well, on that note, I want to thank everyone for joining us on this deep dive into Soggy Bunz and U.S. Food Truck Factory.
It's been fun exploring this world of food, entrepreneurship, and community.
And a huge thank you to you for all your insights.
Happy to do it. Always love a good food conversation.
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to All Things Soggy Bunz. We'll catch you next time. You know, as we wrap up this deep dive into Soggy Bunz, it strikes me that this is about so much more than just, do sandwiches.
Oh, definitely. It's about the whole food truck experience, right? The
Yeah.
passion, the creativity, the hustle. It's inspiring.
I think what makes Soggy Bunz stand out is how they bring all those elements together.
Right.
They've got the delicious food, obviously, but also the personality, the connection with their community. It all adds up to something special.
And that's what U.S. Food Truck Factory understands. They don't just build trucks. They help people build their dream businesses.
That's such a good point. They provide the tools, the expertise, but they also encourage that personal touch that makes each food truck unique.
And that's huge because a food truck, it's like an extension of the owner's personality, their passion, their vision. It's got to be authentic.
It really does. And it makes me think about anyone out there who might be dreaming of starting their own food truck. Maybe they're listening right now.
Maybe. And if they are, I hope they take away from this that it is as possible. You know, Soggy Bunz is proof that with hard work and a little help from the right people, you can turn that dream into a reality.
For sure. And finding a company like U.S. Food Truck Factory, that's key. They get it. They understand the vision, and they can help make it happen.
Exactly. And not just with the build, but with the financing too. Taking some of that pressure off so you can focus on the food, the menu, the branding, all the fun stuff.
It's all connected, isn't it? The truck, the food, the business side, it all has to work together.
And when it does, it's magic.
Okay, before we get too carried away, I got to remind everyone one last time. Check out soggybunz.com. That's B-U-N-Z with a Z. Find Soggy Bunz, see what they're cooking up, and maybe get inspired to start your own culinary adventure.
Hey, why not? If Toby and Ola can do it, anyone can.
So true. Well, that about wraps it up for this deep dive. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for all your insights.
It's been a pleasure. Soggy Bunz, U.S. Food Truck Factory. They're great examples of what makes the food truck scene so exciting.
Couldn't agree more. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to All Things Soggy Bunz. We'll catch you on the next episode.